Hello guys, how's it going? Been a minute since I've been live around here. Just been busy running around. Hey y'all, been a long time. Been a very long time. So guys, summer is in full effect here in New York City. Um, Everyone's out everywhere. I've been out a couple times. There's a lot of energy out there. There are a lot of people. Um, Actually, way more people than I expected. Thank you, Librarian Rose. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's been a lot more people out here than I expected to see, but it's great to see the vibrancy. Like when you go out on an ordinary day, though, you can still see that there is a lack of population. Like there's still a considerable amount of people that aren't in the city, but in my area, um, the kids are out, people are out walking their kids to their summer school or whatever's going on, and it's just a great thing. As a matter of fact, let me turn this microphone on. 'Cause- Hold on a second. Oh, really? Hold on one second. Let me get to that in a second. I'm trying to add my microphone on. I have so much equipment here. All right. All right. I'm back. Let's put it on there. Okay. So can you hear me? Good? I'm going through the microphone this time. Let's see if maybe. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I think the microphone is good. It's probably definitely picking up. Not the best with it though, because I use it all the time. But hello, hello. I can see you. Like that. I gave this microphone to someone and I just never came back to say it still works. Hello, hello. All right, good. So I just wanted to make sure it sounds better than like the regular, the regular internal speakers don't pick up as much sound. But yeah, man, Florida had a lockdown. How so? I've seen so many weird things in the news. Like, as you guys know, I have spent a considerable amount of time just bouncing around everywhere. I was in Florida for a while, back in New York. I went out to Sierra Leone. I came over here. I've been running around ever since I got back, just all over the like Brooklyn, Long Island area, and just haven't sat down and sat still for a while. So I was surprised to see that condo building in Surfside come down. I was really startled by that. Like, just what are they doing out there? I mean, I know it was an old building and it had violations for years, but that's the kind of shit that makes me not want to. That's the kind of shit that makes me not want to exactly. It was very bad. That's the kind of shit that makes me not want to move out there. It's like, yo, shit in New York, it's old, but it's built tough. Built tough, you know? It's like strong ass brick and brownstones and shit. Like, there is no collapsing. You know, there could be earthquake and some of these houses would still stand pretty much, unless the floor cracked beneath it. So, um, makes me wonder, like, are these condo buildings safe? I'm sure that was just that particular developer was negligent. There were like reports from back in the day. There was a report from even in the 80s and the 90s where there were structural issues and like there was a guy who said that he heard like a weird thing, a weird sound, popping noise, and then he realized like he looked outside his hallway and he saw the floor was like buckling, and he was kind of like partially through the doorway, and like the floor was like sinking, so he had to like slide out or like do something, like lift something. He hasn't, I don't know, it's crazy, but at least he's alive. I hope that they catch other, that they get other people before they pass. It's been a couple days now, but you'd be surprised who, you'd be surprised. There might be some survivors. You really like, if shit is just right, and a person was able to kind of put themselves in a good area where they weren't completely crushed, you never know who's alive down there. Depending on how the debris fell, and if it like fell into a corner or something like that and created like a little hut area and the person's in there, you just never know. So God bless, and I hope the people in Surfside, um, that their families are recovered and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Um, I just hope, I don't know, whoever lives, whoever does, if they find any more people in that rubble, if there is anyone alive, they'll never live in another building. They'll never live in another building with another story above them. They're gonna live in like a single family with maybe one floor above them. They'll never. That is just traumatic. That's crazy. Anyway, guys, so how's it been? You know, I was in Africa. It was definitely dope. It was popping. I had a good time. I have a good time anywhere I go because I just have that kind of energy where I just love to just turn up and have fun and get to know local people and just. I mean, a lot of shit has happened around here in the last couple of weeks. I hired my friend's daughter as my assistant. She is a very nice 19-year-old young woman who is ambitious. I mean, if I hope whoever is alive does get a check, but you know, if I'm paralyzed, what the fuck's the check gonna do? You know, that is one of my fears, to have like, to not be able to walk or something. Being crushed, that is absolutely insane. Like, I hope whoever's alive just comes out in a decent enough shape that they could live their life. Otherwise, it's not worth it to me. Like, don't let me come out with every bone broken, talking about hospitalized for a year. Just put me under. Oh yeah, being ill in America is very expensive. So guys, what have you guys been doing? How was Juneteenth? How was Juneteenth? Juneteenth to me was really fun. I got dressed up. Um, I put on. I'm gonna post the video later. Like, I'll just throw the video up of my little hairdo that I got done from the Senegalese lady, Miss Mimi Kayen. She's actually the hair braiding lady who always braids my hair for years now. She gave me a nice Fulani hairstyle, and it was so beautiful. It was like out in the front, the sides, and the braid. It was so classic and regal. And I thought it was just a beautiful way to commemorate my ancestry on a day where we're talking about like freedom and our people being, you know, notified, I guess, late. I mean, there's so much controversy. Like, are we supposed to be celebrating Juneteenth? Yes, no. To me, I like to get together with my people regardless of where they are. Like, for me, it's about, um, if my people are congregating together, I want to be around them. So it doesn't matter to me. It's like, you get to celebrate something like that, but at the same time, I got to Fourth Grade Park and it was popping. Like, and all you need is a Lil Wayne back that ass up. And then you see a whole bunch of like Pan-African conscious people just dropping it low. So it was just, to me, I had a great time. Like, it was a good weekend. I've just been rocking around the neighborhood, and there's so many restaurants that are reopening now that everything has been closed. My brains are open. Now that everything's been closed, there's so many. Just got my braids done again, refreshed. I had some cornrows, then I had Fulani braids. Now I'm back on my. Yeah. I don't know. What's Miami? I'm surprised. What parts of Miami are you talking about? Like Fort Lauderdale because I think about Juneteenth and I think about other places like Atlanta. I don't think about Miami. Even though I love Miami, that's not really our town type shit. That's really. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, this color is my standard color when I get my hair done. If it's not other colors, it's pretty much this color. Yeah, so I feel like my life has been going in a really good direction these last couple of months. I've been just exploring the world and getting to know different people and opening myself up for new opportunities and just getting rid of the last little bit of negative energy in my life. I don't care where it comes from. If it comes from a person, that person gotta go. If it comes from clutter, that clutter gotta go. If it comes from like old things in my fridge, like my fridge is spotless now, that's gotta go. If it comes from like just old shit. Like I've just been purging so crazy, and it feels so good. The place feels so empty. I also upgraded my computer with all of this amazing RAM, so now all of my music production programs work so much better, and everything is working good. So now for me, like I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna continue to work and just bring forth. I've been putting up these videos about the Sierra Leone trip. Yes, energy is vital and it does need to be protected. And yes, this is, I believe this is for, actually, this may be, I don't know, 30. I think this is 30 plus 1 day. It's like an ombre, it comes like this. Um, but yeah, the energy, it's really, for me, it's too easy. Like, I'm the kind of person where I will let a person who is negative spend their time around me because I kind of just don't. I feel a lot of the times what is for me, and I don't have to get jealous or even quarrel with people about things that don't stop me from doing what I have to do. But what I realize is that the energy that people continuously bring on me, the number one thing that I hate about it, not necessarily that it sways my emotions, because it really doesn't. I have a very good control over my emotions. My emotions are only affected by me and how I feel. Like the fuck, how you feel for me, it almost never mattered. Like I swear, it never mattered when I was young, and it just people try to make me give a fuck, and it never happened. So I've gone through life, yeah, pretty selfishly, being very happy about what the fuck I do for myself. So when you start distracting me with your bad energy towards yourself, that's where you gotta go. Because distractions are a no-no in my life. I don't have time for it. I don't have time because I could be planning a trip. I could be writing a song. I could be doing my makeup. I could be doing a facial. I could be doing my nails. I could be uh, reading a book. I could be tutoring a young woman. I could be, learning from an engineer. Like instead of wasting my time with bad energy, bad energy, stay far away. Instead of wasting my time with bad energy people, bad mind people, best thing for me to do is just to fill up my life with the shit that I'm doing for myself. So I hired my assistant, and she has really brought a lot of energy to my life on a daily because she has put me in a place where I'm very accountable on a daily basis for my own projects, like outside of work. It's not just about my job and this laptop here. It's about my own shit outside of work and just purging of all these tax files, all these documents, and just things that are just mentally and physically cluttering my thought process and my creative process so I can move forward into reopening the studio and getting people to patronize it the way that they do. So that's really what I'm doing right now, and just working out, keeping fit, guys. Africa was wonderful. My body was I came back in such great shape. Within 2 weeks of me being back here, I really did put on a couple more pounds. But this last week I lost it because I was like, no, how does this week just gonna no? So I pulled back on anything with carbs, and I love carbs as long as they're complex carbs. But I pulled back on some stuff because I realized that I'm not running around in the sun like I was when I was in Sierra Leone. Like I was walking everywhere and just my stomach is so nice. And now my shape is still good, but my shape is still good. I just want what I mostly want is just to continue to keep the stomach down, and that's it. You know, do my squats, keep the stomach down. I'm really, really happy with my back, really happy with the ass, happy with everything. I'm very happy with my body in general. Africa, I would say Africa, for me, Sierra Leone, one of the best things it did for me, what the fuck, was heal my body. Like, just the amount of healing that my body went through just in that sun every day and the melanin just doing what it do. It just what else, guys? It's been a long time since I've been live. What other shit is going on around here? I mean, I know we still got this gender war going on and people talking about relationships still, even though they're not in them. I was like, I've never heard so many single people in my life sit down and talk about relationships they're not in. I would tell everyone that instead of talking about a relationship, go get in one. Otherwise, be single and be happy about it. Like, I'm the kind of person where, like, right now, I've been in so many relationships in my life that single is actually kind of nice right now. It's been a long while since I've been single the way I am now. Like, last time I was single like this, I would say it was like 2011, 2012, maybe. Like, late 2011, early 2012. Ever since then, I've always had a man. Like, I'm just the kind of person that always keep a relationship because for me, I don't believe in hopping around on everything. And so I like to be active. And if I'm active, I need a partner. So it is what it is. For me, I don't regard any of that gender war shit because if I like something, then I must have it. That's how I feel. I don't give myself so many rules. And I wish that in this world, people would stop giving Black women so many rules. Because why should the first being to ever walk the world have a rubric and a criteria to satisfy everybody else? It makes no sense to me. I almost never understood it. I never got why like people are always talking to women about, and especially Black women, about shit. It's relevant. You want a relationship, go find one. Me do what I do. You know, I'm living my life. I'm living my life. And Africa will see me at least twice before the end of the year. Probably going to go somewhere in July, which is right now. Maybe like another 2 weeks, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to hit something up in November, December time. I plan on just traveling all over Africa and learning about my guys. As of June 7th, I have been notified and I now know that I am Hausa Fulani tribe where my people have settled into northern Nigeria. So guys, my DNA has led me to Omo Naija. It has led me to Hausa Fulani and some of the most beautiful women on the face of the planet. And I was so honored when I found that out. And the crazy thing was, I'm walking all over Sierra Leone. I'm making friends, and I've made friends with a couple people, and they're telling me like, you know, they're arguing amongst themselves about what tribe I might be. Like they're taking bets, you know, like, oh, she could be Timmy. Oh, but she could also be Fula. She's Fula. And then, hey, he was right. I'm Fulani. Fulani. People try to differentiate, but really it's pretty much the same thing. The Fula people, they're different people. They're living at the top of Sierra Leone, but everybody is connected because apparently the Fulani tribe is a tribe of herdsmen and cattle herders that traverse back and forth through the Sahel. So they actually cover several different countries from Mali to Mauritania to the top of Sierra Leone to Nigeria, Niger to Benin, Togo, and what's the other one? Cote d'Ivoire, I believe. Like basically, they go like this, side to side across the Sahel. That's how that tribe. So pretty much, they travel and traverse through many different areas. But my people specifically, my DNA is from people that have settled in Nigeria, and most people that see me, like my hair braider, she told me that she believes my people are from Niger. So I'm excited either way. I put some lemongrass in this. These mosquitoes are tearing it up. I feel like the glass bottle he gave me is like messed up too. It's like leaking or something. It's crazy. But so happy to be a House of Fulani woman from the tribes, from the House of Fulani tribe of the Nigerian people. Or rather, I think I said it wrong. So proud to be a Nigerian woman from the Hausa and Fulani tribes. Yes. But that does not mean that I will be repatriating to Nigeria. Apparently, repatriating to Nigeria is not the smart thing to do. So I think what I'm gonna do is repatriate somewhere else, but then just travel to Nigeria when required. You know, like have some fun, go back and forth, and repatriate in another country where I'm more comfortable. Even my professor, I just spoke to him 2 days ago, and he basically told me, it's my professor of my African studies. You know, he has his PhD. He's done field work. He's lived in Africa. It's a real like diaspora and Pan Africanist, and he let me know that it is not not advisable. As a matter of fact, what did he say exactly? Because I want him to just give me his ideas and lead me into the right way. I know a lot of people have different ideas about where to go in Africa, but I want to go somewhere that's safe. I want to go somewhere that's relaxed, where they play my music, that has a chill island vibe. And that's what I love about Sierra Leone, even though the economy is not really that strong and it's a little more desolate than other places. Um, I do want that on the water vibe, that cool breeze vibe. So we'll see where I go. But I've made so many good friends in Sierra Leone that I likely will repatriate there. This is what my professor said. Congrats on getting your Master Clan trace. House of Fulani are a really large ethnic group which actually controls the political environment in Nigeria. You have a very large family, and then he says in parentheses, unfortunately, Nigeria is politically unstable at the moment, and a trip to northern Nigeria, although possible, is not advisable at this time. Having said that, congratulations once again. This is my professor, and I trust him. And also, one of my girlfriends, she's this really cool friend that I just connected with, and she let me know she is Igbo, and she let me know that she asked her family if she could go to Nigeria, same thing. So whether I would fit in Nigeria or not, I'm sure I would fit in Nigeria because I'm colorful, I'm loud, I'm proud, I'm musical, I'm fun, I'm a hardworking person, very determined, I'm very ambitious. I'm the top of I try to be at the top of what I do. I try to be. I don't always get there. Sometimes I aspire and I might get just below. And sometimes I'm okay with that. But I do aspire for greatness like most Black excellent people. And I'm glad to be from the same DNA of those types of people. But Nigeria is apparently too dangerous. So until I get there on some like business shit, um, I likely won't go. Like I'll probably just go when I can. Um, Go with people that are like really familiar with um, Lagos and uh, exactly where to go, exactly where to chill. Like it's, I think sometimes when you go on tours with the diaspora, you're at a disadvantage, right? Because the diaspora, they know where they've been, but they don't know every place to go. You know, they're learning the way you're learning. They're a little bit ahead of you. They're a few steps ahead of you, but they don't really have the knowledge. So when I travel, I try my best to make friends with some local people that are cool. And sometimes you get fucked up. Sometimes you get jammed up. And sometimes things don't go exactly how you want. But I left Sierra Leone with a good set of people in my phone, for real. I feel good about it. So if Nigeria gives me that same feeling when I go, then I'll give repatriating there some consideration. But until until further notice. I'm going where my Black beauty is celebrated. And I have several people waiting for me in Sierra Leone. I will be there to see all of you. I love you all. Um, what else, guys? What else has been going around here? Let's see. As you can see, my complexion is like perfect. Man. I came back from Africa feeling so beautiful and like just beauty. Like I don't know, I don't know what to do. All I'm doing is just taking care of my life, taking care of my health, eating good, avocados, mangoes, fish. This is what I've been doing lately. I haven't had that much flesh. I've had some jerk chicken made by the Jamaican man. Um, what I've noticed since I've been back from Sierra Leone and from the motherland is that every time I eat chicken out here, I do get that nasty mucus, and there is a lot of the chicken is really unclean depending on where you go to. So you have to go to someone who really knows how to burn that chicken down, burn all that disgusting crap off the chicken. When I go to Popeyes and I eat chicken at Popeyes now, it's like I can't do it anymore. This is like my third or fourth time where I woke up with globs of mucus in the back of my throat, and it's just not worth it. Um, so I'm not saying I'm giving up meat, but I am giving up eating meat at certain places because the quality of their meat is just not. It's just not. And Popeyes, unfortunately, the chicken quality is questionable, and maybe it is dependent upon the neighborhood. Because even I was in Queens and I got it, and it was just a little slightly better than the one that comes out here in Brooklyn. But the chicken is not clean enough. And I know it's not about like the batter and stuff because I had the flounder sandwich and nothing happened. It was perfect. Everything was good. I felt refreshed. I ate the sandwich. It was fine. I do find that a lot of the meat in this country is contaminated, and so I've been eating less of it. Unless it's really cooked by someone I trust, unless it's really um, cleaned up and cooked at a good restaurant, I'm not about to just buy meat. And when I cook my meat, guys, I put so much vinegar and lime and lemon, and it soaks for like a whole day. And then I cook it at such a high heat. So I just want people to be aware, like there's definitely a difference in the chicken from here to other places. There's a difference in the fruit as well. You know, fruit is very potent. That I noticed in Sierra Leone, the fruit is very potent. The star fruits that I ate gave me an interesting reaction. My body, I almost felt like I was having a hormonal reaction to certain fruits that I ate in Sierra Leone. Fresh fruits that I ate were giving me interesting body reactions. And I just thought to myself, like, why does it feel like I just got an abortion? Like, why does it feel like not abortion, but it felt like I got like a depot shot or something. Like I remember when I was like 16, I got the depot shot. My whole arm was limp. After I ate that star fruit, it was right from pretty sure from Buns Island. And once I ate it, I had such a reaction. My reaction was like such a strong hormonal reaction, and I was just like, okay, so fruit, depending on where you get it from, you can't just eat any and everything just because it comes off the tree. You don't know what's growing in the soil there. Um, Real, I was sick as hell actually after that piece of fruit. Um, I was really confused too because I hadn't done anything different, but the hormones, whatever whatever is in that water in that soil activated something in my body that made my arm limp, and I just thought to myself, yo, food is very powerful. You have to know where you're getting what you're getting. Another thing also that I noticed in terms of the environments is that like if it does get moist, I mean, cockroaches, because I'm afraid of them so crazy, like, but they don't frighten other people. So I mean, you could literally be in the cleanest place, and if you see one run out, it's like it almost is part of the environment. Nobody's rushing to stomp it out. Nobody's rushing to. Uh, and then if you run like how I did one night, like it had rained crazy in the day, and then the night was dry. We went to a pharmacy, and outside the pharmacy, some guys were playing like dominoes, whatever, and by their feet were like a couple cockroaches running around. And I thought to myself, these niggas, they're not. I I saw the shits. I ran so fast, and they looked at me and they were like, eh. And I started laughing because it's funny. I guess I'm the only one scared of a cockroach. But this is Africa, as they say. Cleanliness is something to be particularly conscious of. Not everybody's super clean in that environment. Not everyone's environment is super clean. But the places that I went to were very clean. Even the apartment that I stayed in was clean. I would say be careful about staying in apartments. Some of these landlords, they're really out here to take advantage of diasporans who have what they consider to be a lot of money. They're very disrespectful. But what I will say is that if you're well connected, you can definitely get your justice. Some of these landlords, they want to convince you that you should be paying a regular price rent in their, flat because that is close to your area. But if your electricity is going off for 6 or 7 hours of the day, and I can't fucking use my laptop to work, then it's not worth that price. And that's all I'm gonna say. Before I get too deep into a situation that I just want to cover at a later point, once I have some more clarity and I have some justice under my belt, I can talk more explicitly about that. But if you're a landlord in Africa and you want us to come and pay you a certain price, make sure that all the amenities are functioning at whatever price you agree upon. I don't want to hear that you agreed on 1,500 and because I'm paying 1,000, which you also agreed on, that I now have to be inconvenienced to not have hot water and inconvenienced to not have a generator when the generator's sitting right fucking there. Turn it on so I could use the fucking electricity and be able to do my job and continue to pay you your rent in this overpriced flat in the middle of the fucking ghetto. At the fucking ghetto. And I go pay you $1,000 a month. More than you ever seen in the last month. Stop it. Turn that fucking generator on, low life. So that's what I'm gonna say about certain real estate people. About certain people in Sierra Leone that I came across. There's always a condition by which they can service you. They can service you. They can give you everything. They can give you 24-hour power. Some of these buildings. They can give you electricity 24 hours and internet and TV and everything and everything and everything. But can you pay extra? And I mean, you're paying extra like as if you were living in New York City. Like, why am I paying an extra 100 to have all that stuff? That's literally the price of a bill out here. When the other place, I spoke to the people for internet. Internet's like $10 a month. Why are you asking me to pay an extra 100 to have something that is included in my rent, the stable currency, the stable current, and the internet that's $10 a month? I mean, just put it in the fucking rent. So I think when you are thinking about traveling in Africa, if you want to do short-term rentals, I was at a disadvantage because I had never been anywhere in Africa. And I'm also was at a disadvantage because the people that I came with, they don't necessarily pitch a tent in Africa and sit anywhere. They pretty much jump around hotels, and that's cool too, which is what I'm going to continue to do. It's safer. But when it comes down to getting a flat in a rental situation, make sure that you're going into a place where somebody knows what's going on. I would have been better off going with Miss Moses into her rental area because I know that everything would have been good there. That lady was really nice to me. I forget her name. I think it's like Kathy or something. The lady who was renting the place where she was staying. She was very nice to me and was willing to accommodate me. It just was in a part of town that was too dense to me to be a tourist. So I just flat was nice, and I know it was. And for the show I went through, might as well have I could have just been there, and at least I've had the eyes of a friend. So if you're gonna rent an apartment, see if you and your friends can rent an apartment in the same flat. When I go back to Sierra Leone, I'm gonna go with Mr. Williams, and Mr. Williams, his apartment building has another apartment that I can probably rent for a month or two. Um, and then I know I'll be safe because you can't be out here, young, beautiful women. Africa is not a place to get up and travel by yourself. I don't care what they say. The same person who's telling me that Nigeria would be a good fit is also telling me to go to West Africa on my own, which I can do that. But I personally, I think that sometimes men don't look at the package that they're talking to and recognize like this beautiful woman. She can't just be running all over West Africa on her own. And this is coming from Africans that I have met on this trip who have specifically told me that women like you, they're gonna think you're a streetwalker if you're by yourself. So I suggest that if you're a young, beautiful woman traveling West Africa, that you need not pretend like you're one of the big Brockback mammies, or like you're one of the big NFL size quarterbacks, and do it with a friend. If you're gonna travel in West Africa as a young, beautiful woman, do it with a friend, preferably a male friend, and if not, do it with a couple girlfriends. I feel safety is paramount for women like us. We are not the same as other women. We're different because when men see us, they want to enjoy us, and ultimately, in a place like Africa, there's nothing to getting snatched and grabbed, and especially if a person perceives that you have something, especially if they think that you're a wealthy, beautiful woman. Like, what I'm saying is, I won't play myself again to go into anybody's rental situation unless, number one, I know a person who rents in that building. Number two, I have that person's eyes on me, meaning they could rent in that building, but if they're gone from the country that I'm in during the months that I'm there, then I can't stay there. It's not enough to just know someone in this building. They actually have to be there while I'm staying there. Because I need someone to wake up in the morning and say, "Where's Jackie? Is she all right? Where's the Black Beauty? Is she all right?" And if there's no one doing that, I don't want to be in the spot. So sometimes it's worth paying like you weigh. If you could afford to just be in the hotel, be in the fucking hotel. Pay for the hotel. Because the amount of money that I ended up getting G'd, I could have literally paid for the hotel. And it was no sweat off my back. I'm good. I still stayed as long as I wanted to. I stayed a couple extra days, and I was going to stay a little later. What brought me back here was this corporate job. They made a lot of suggestions about the kind of things that could be happening to me, considering they couldn't get in contact with me because the generator was off for this person's apartment for 2 days in the middle of the day when I'm supposed to be working. And then that gave them the impression that it just was not the environment where I need to have their laptop and their resources. So I had to come back. But what I do know is next time I go to West Africa, I'm going to post up in a hotel that has undisturbed internet. Shout out to the Radisson Blu. Internet was undisturbed. Internet was fantastic. I did so well on my project the first 3 weeks I was in Sierra Leone. It wasn't until I moved into that other place for about 10 days that shit just started fucking up. I mean, how disrespectful. But also Mamba Point Hotel is another beautiful, swanky hotel. The internet is not as stable there, guys. I'm going to be honest. It is sexy. Mamba Point Hotel is the hotel that you go to when you and your boyfriend just want to, watch the sunset, go down to the club, you go to Scarlet, or you go to lunch at Lagunda, okay? You come home, you fuck for dinner, and then you go to the club at Scarlet. Like, that's the kind of hotel that is. The gym was cool. I like the equipment. I like the view of the gym that was in that hotel. The food is far superior to Radisson, but Radisson is a big hotel feel. So if you're a professional and you need to sit down and you really need to have a business meeting and you need to have a good background and you need to have a good quiet space with your laptop and you need to be able to have your laptop everywhere because, there's places to plug it in, really set up for a professional, whereas Mamba Point Hotel is set up like a baller, like a sexy couple type thing or an artist or something. Those are also right next to Mamba Point. There's going to be another really cute boutique hotel getting built, and I think that by the time I come back, that shit gonna be built, and I think I'm gonna just stay in that shit just to try it out. So Sierra Leone is definitely dope. Definitely my kind of people out there. Shout out to all the good friends that I made out there. Shout out to Alisai. Shout out to David. Shout out to Saya. Shout out to, yeah. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to my wonderful driver, Cisco, Mr. Francisco. Shout out to like Mr. Madupe. Shout out to everybody who turned up my trip and made it so fire, like outside of the tour. The tour was banging. And what was even better was to prolong that with like that local experience. Like I must have went to so many random little spots. Like I was all up in Brookfields Hotel hanging out with my friends. I was chilling. I took KKs to random places. I was all up on Tuba Road meeting somebody. Shout out to Babati. I was everywhere, and I ended the trip just on a high note, meeting another ill Sierra Leonean that lives out here in Staten Island. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just somebody that is just like, yo, when we come back, you come with us. Like, that's my boy now. So I think that it's just good vibes there. I don't know what the other countries are like. I'm sure they're going to be just as good. You can't live everywhere, but like to pop my Africa cherry, Sierra Leone, you did that shit and it was popping and I had fun. I feel like I'm one of those people that has fun everywhere I go because it is my goal to not be bored and to not be doing what the status quo expects. um, and risks are for the risk takers in life. Like that's how you grow in life. Yes, be safe. Don't be scared. Enjoy your life. Those are the only pieces of advice that I have for any of the young women that are looking to go to the diaspora. I mean, from the diaspora that are looking to go to West Africa and travel. I am not the traveling guru. There are so many people on this here YouTube that I am addicted to watching. Like, you know, some of my favorite people to watch are Go Black to Africa. Of course, my boy Dynast. I do love watching him because he has so much financial shit. Like, when you want to be a boss, just watch the channel and learn. Like, also just shout out to just all the young women that I watch. I do love watching African Superstar. She gives me so much insight as to what it's like to be a woman on the continent. I do like watching Art Kathy because, you know, obviously she's involved in energy, and I like to hear her opinion, even though I don't think she's even on the continent anymore, but I listen to her. And these are not, for me, everything is new to me in this space in terms of traveling in Africa. So everybody's story is valuable. I mean, I've watched so many stories where I don't even know who the name of the person is. I also watch a travel blogger who's an African girl from the UK. So to be honest with you, she really inspired me to want to create those videos. And guys, bear with my videos. I kind of fucked up because I used my phone to shoot it, but then I shot it like an asshole like this. So really I should have been like that, but or like that. I don't know. But next time, because I was watching Passport Heavy's video yesterday about how he got robbed at gunpoint. Like all the good videos were coming through, and then that one came through. And I was so tight because I didn't even want to hear anything like that. But what I realized is like, I'm not going to be the person walking around with immense amounts of camera equipment every single place I go. It won't happen. I'm just an ordinary woman. I don't have a lot of anything. All I'm doing is literally, all I'm doing is just making videos of my own life. I'm not going to walk around with crazy expensive cameras and shit up in the back talking about Black beauty. Like, yeah, we can have one person with a camera. But we don't need all of these. I think you draw attention to yourself when you do things out of the ordinary. I want to try to get the best video I can get using this phone. I'm going to get a camera, yes, but I don't think that when I'm traveling in West Africa, I'm going to have my people holding it in their hands, taking pictures of me all over the place with it. And if I do, it's going to be someone who is going to mostly be responsible for minding it, and it'll only be one camera. I'm not going to walk around with all kinds of equipment, and I'm not on that level anyway. I'm not Passport Heavy. I'm not that gentleman, but I think if you don't want to get robbed, you kind of gotta blend in with the locals. Like I try my best to blend in, even though I was sticking out. But I really do try to blend in, and I always try to find someone to talk for me, so I don't have to use my own voice. Um, and so that's really how I navigated getting around in Sierra Leone, guys. It was a trip and a half. I'm out here in Brooklyn now. I mean, shit is good right now. The weather is beautiful, as you can see. It is 7:35 p.m. The sunlight is still beaming down in the studio. You see, obviously, got the sunlight. You see, glittering. Yeah, but life is wonderful. I was looking at the flights to get out to West Africa. Though shit is very expensive. I mean, guys, is this standard prices? I just feel like, um, Delta, because that's all I take. Sorry, guys. Um, the West African priced chart. I saw it the other day. Let me see. All right. Flight prices are quite expensive right now. We're doing round trips, and let me just go one way because it's very hard for me to conceptualize a round trip. I want to bounce around, so if we go one way from New York to Accra, let's say I wanted to do it in 2 weeks from now. Um, let's say a day like July, we'll fly out on a Monday or a Tuesday. Let's say a day like July 13th, Tuesday, July 13th. Flights are ridiculous. Like the United flights, they're like 1,900 a piece. The Emirates flights, they're decent. The American Airlines flights are the fucking cheapest, and I don't know if I'm gonna fly American Airlines into. But Delta, they're like $2,000 a piece. I don't know if I'm gonna fly American Airlines into Accra, Ghana, but it does. I think, look, if you really needed to go, American Airlines has one that goes $679 one way. Okay, that's decent. Fine, fine. But everything else I looked at, which pretty much I didn't look at, I looked at Accra, yeah, but I one way. Let's see if we were going to Nigeria one way on the 13th of July. Let's see. Yeah, 13th of July. The flights that I'm taking, and that's not even the time I would go because everything's been super expensive. It looks like the Delta's got $2,000 one ways going to West Africa. Basically, I have to travel at certain times to get the. Actually, I do have the screenshot of the price chart because I sent it to someone. There's like certain particular days where you can go and get an actual good price flight. way. There's no way. There's just certain prices that people aren't going to pay, you know? There's just certain prices you're not going to pay to do certain things. But I'm determined to go somewhere else this summer, so it will happen. I don't know where it is. My boy says that he's on vacation for the last 2 weeks of July, and that might be it. I think what I'm going to do tonight is just email the government and see what's up about getting my citizenship and just figure out what's up. But other than that, I'm just going to continue to live my fucking best life, man. I can't get into the conversations that people are having online. Um, you know, I did left and came back twice, and y'all niggas still talking about high value. Like, I did left and came back twice, and y'all still talking about black women and divestment and shit. And like, none of that shit really matters. Like, ultimately, every individual person needs to do what is right for them. And once we get to that point in life, we can have better societies. When people are starting to understand that, like, I don't need to follow a plan that is not set for my speed. You know, there has never been a time that I've ever wanted to be a doctor or a nurse or any of those types of things. But had I been raised in Jamaica, I would have probably ended up being that, right? Being a healthcare worker and doing something like that, or being a babysitter or something like that. Shit that never interested me. Only because that was what it was put in front of me and that was my expectation in life. I think that people just need to do what calls their soul. Whatever calls your soul is what you need to do. If going and moving back to, you know, Australia calls your soul, do it. If going to Costa Rica calls your soul, do it. If moving to Africa calls your soul, do it. If you're a person like me who really feels like now it makes sense, I am a Hausa Fulani woman, and Fulani women and Fulani tribes, they are nomadic people. It all makes sense. It all makes sense why I'm always walking everywhere, why I'm seeking out shit, why I like to go everywhere and see everything and jump around and move environments and change environments, because it's in my fucking DNA. Like, so to be honest, the way I think now is like, do I go to one place? I go to one place, yeah, I get my citizenship, but I plan on just being in Africa the way I should be, the way that my people are. Just traveling all different countries the same way. Every country that a Fulani woman and family and child and structure and the tribe has been is where I should go and see. I should go and enjoy any place where my people have touched the ground and brought their people. So, and the Hausa, of course. So I'm super excited, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm black and beautiful. I'm happy. It's like, hey, nobody's gonna get in the way of this. Nobody. I don't care what is going on online. I don't care what is going on a daily. We are here to push our lives forward. Nobody else can do it for us. We can. For me, that tour was so great, but also I am open to doing tours with different groups of people. I'm open to going places with different people. I'm not the kind of person who always needs to click up with the same sets of people. I'm the kind of person that experiences something and I say, that's cool, and I may do that again, but I might also want to do this other thing. Like, you know, if Dennis and them go to a place where I want to go to, of course. But for me, going to Nigeria has to be something a little bit more close to home than a tour, considering my people are from there. Now I have to actually go on the journey of understanding my lineage and my people and where I'm from. That's going to take more than just going on a tour. So I think for me, I'm going to just save my money. Maybe I will go to Nigeria just to hang out, or maybe I'll go to Accra just to hang out. But I'm not really going for the overall experience of learning anything just yet. I'm just going to enjoy it and sample it the way that a Black beauty should. All right, guys. So until you see me next time, it is what it is, a Black beauty. And I am out. Peace.